Hey guys, are you an adventurer at heart? You kind of like military stuff? Maybe you were in the military, maybe somebody in your family was in the military. Well, me too. Come check out what I'm up to. I want to welcome you to the Colonel channel. This is the light aviation section here. We've approached the military line. Welcome to the bunker. Hi, I want to welcome you to the Colonel channel. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Lee Roger Wolfgram, and with me I have my new executive officer, Lieutenant Mercer. Welcome to the Colonel channel, executive officer.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
If you're coming from my friends, you don't know about Bruce Rivers. Bruce is breaking down cases. He's having great success, but he'll break down a case and he will tell you his view of it. And he's a very, very good lawyer here in Minneapolis. And he's kind of a smart ass like the rest of us. So
for me, I enjoy the humor of it.
Yeah.
More than anything. It's observations. Like.
Bruce throws in stuff just to make it interesting, because sometimes you go, did you just say that? And I know if you're watching him, you know what I'm talking about, but you also know him. We've had drinks with Bruce many times, but Bruce has agreed to be the JAG officer on the Colonel channel.
Excellent. Between
Between the stories, Hannah and I will give you a little bit of commentary, and then we'll go to the next story. So coming up right now, we're going to see Bruce, and we got a little high-speed timer here, so it's going to time down for us.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel Lee Roger Wolfgram, and I am a storyteller.
Belt buckles, you guys buckled in?
And this story is about my buddy Bruce. Well, that's Bruce there in the co-pilot seat. And Bruce is going to be my co-pilot today.
Avionics off.
Now, Bruce is not a novice. He's flown with me under many different conditions, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But here we are, starting up the airplane here as we're ready to go to Deep River Falls. And we're going to cut off about 3.5 hours off the drive time for Bruce to go prepare one of his clients for a trial. Yes, coming up.
Power flaps open.
Check.
Beacon on.
Beacon on.
Mixture rich.
Mixture rich.
Prop high RPM.
Top high RPM.
Throttle slight.
Throttle is set.
Brakes.
Brake set.
Master on.
Master on.
So today our route is going to take us from Anoka County Airport, which is a satellite airport for Minneapolis, all the way up to Deep River Falls. This is normally a 5-hour drive, 4 hours and 57 minutes. But today we're going to do it by aircraft in 1 hour and 31 minutes. Now Bruce is an aspiring pilot, like I said, so he likes to take the controls from time to time, and I let him because he is a real enthusiast and he's my buddy, so why wouldn't I let him, right? We're going to have some fun today. Now we leave Anoka County Airport. The skies are blue and this is going to be a fun day. I just feel it. We get up to altitude and we start to look around and the visibility is unrestricted. This is great. During the course of our trip, we talk about many things. Usually on the way up, we talk about things like the courts, the judges, the witnesses. Always good, stimulating discussion for lawyers. And on the way back, though, we're going to talk about the fun stuff. But right now we're mission focused as we set down, flying over the cornfields of northern Minnesota on this beautiful day. I'm lined up on the runway, and soon we'll be off to the courthouse. From here, we're going to taxi up to the ramp. After we taxi up to the ramp, we're going to get out of the aircraft, and there's a car waiting for us. It's called a courtesy car, but it's just a car at the airport that we can use. We're going to take the courtesy car, and we're going to go to the courthouse, and Bruce is going to prepare his client for a trial that's coming up in just a few days. As I pull up, I realize there's nobody else here at this airport. On such a beautiful day, seems like a shame. We're back now. Bruce has done his preparation. The fun starts now, because now we can have those lighter discussions, the ones that are more focused on catching up, as old friends do.
Favor traffic, Mooney 730, Echo Tango departing 31.
As I rev up the engine and pull onto the runway, I know that we're going to have a great trip on the way back. I can just see them. Look at these skies. They're just blue. Clear blue 22 is what we call it in aviation. That means 22 miles of visibility or greater. But this is clear blue. Now, Bruce has flown with me in a lot of different situations. We've been doing this for over 20 years. Whenever there's a case where we need to, I guess, go long distances, make some time, we can really be competitive in this regard because we get in the airplane and we just go. Now, a little bit of history with Bruce here I think is appropriate. So Bruce is what I call a patriot. In fact, that's why he's on the Colonel channel, because Bruce has helped me many times. And the big one, the one that really makes him stand out as a patriot, is in 2003, I was in an office with Bruce. We were both practicing law.
131.
And I got a notice the day after Christmas that I was being activated for the war. I guess they decided they needed the helicopter pilots right away.
Well, later in the day, you get the surface heats, and there's like heat bubbles. That's what the turbulence is. The heat gets enough that breaks loose from the surface, and it's like a big bubble going up, and that's what you're riding.
So as we talk about the flight and we talk about aviation things, I'm always mindful of the fact that when I had to go to Iraq,
it reduces a lot of drag. Yeah, it makes it more efficient, a lot faster. Yeah.
I had 100 files open, and I had 3 days notice to pack up my stuff because I was going to Germany for the invasion in 2004. Bruce said to me, Lee, don't worry about those files. I'll take care of your clients. You take care of our country.
That's what a range shower looks like for the air.
And I tell you, when he told me that, it was like I now had the ability to focus my mind on the things that were most important. Now, I just like hanging out with Bruce. We do these flights. We have these talks. And the older I get, the more I enjoy them. Now, Bruce is a conservative pilot. He likes to just fly straight and level. I, on the other hand, like a little adventure, and I tell stories while I fly. Oh, this is a story I was telling about a gun run. Let's watch that again. See those globules of coke? Look at that. Just like in space. Bruce is an astronaut as he's suspended by his seatbelt. We tell more stories on our way back. He tells me about his trip across the Gulf of Mexico. He actually bought a boat on the East Coast. Now, Bruce has got some experience, and he's got some guts, too. Here's just a little video from a time where Bruce isn't afraid to put on a parachute and go for an aerobatic flight. That's why I like Bruce. He has that common adventurer in him. Well, we're not going to do that today. But I do remind him, he has done that. Now we talk about the fact that when he was crossing the Gulf, he actually ran out of gas. Now that's a story you got to repeat a couple of times. We also have plans for the whole world. If you let us talk long enough, I think we could solve every problem in the world. Bruce tells me he had to get a tow in the middle of Gulf. We continue the flight, and as we near Minneapolis, we can start to make out the city on the horizon. The discussion doesn't stop. We're really good at entertaining each other.
And again, once I put the nose down, this thing will pick up speed pretty good. Yeah.
Now we're going to do some fun stuff. This is stuff Bruce wouldn't normally do.
This is normally where music comes in.
I love descending through the clouds when I get clearance. It's just beautiful. These beautiful clouds in this blue sky. I put the gear down and I can see the city off in the distance. I'm waiting for Bruce to actually get his solo done so he can actually land the airplane here, but today I'm going to land it. I love this new GoPro. Check this out. It keeps the horizon straight even though the aircraft is moving around relatively to it. I think that is such a cool perspective. We touched down safely and we're ready for our next adventure. That's about my buddy Bruce. Now you know.
So make sure you check that out. He's got some really crazy, fun, and
We decided to do a little skit just to kind of break the ice. Hannah came down. We just had some fun with this.
Yep.
And so what you're going to see is our product. So we're basically, this is a skit, and I'm going to ask other people to give us some skits because it's not all about us. It's going to be about all the members of the unit. So I need you to subscribe and enlist in the Colonel channel. You'll become a member of the channel. And then we're going to seek your input to make this all of our channel. And so here's Hannah and I's first shot at a skit. And this one is to deal with the word that we drink and we swear. And this is our, I guess this is the cut up version
That's
of what
right.
we.
Get ready.
Yeah, this this is how it's going to be. Hannah?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Nice to
Nice to meet you. Come on in, have a seat. Well, hi. I'm welcome to the law firm, and you're here for your second interview.
I am, yes.
And first of all, you know, I just want to make sure that we have an environment that everybody can be successful in, right? Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I swear.
Okay.
I mean, I swear around the office. I just swear sometimes. Does that bother you?
No, not at all.
Do you swear?
I do.
You do? I'd like to know your favorite swear word.
Oh, goodness. It would probably be fuck.
Fuck. Go ahead and use your favorite swear word in a sentence. Are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous. This is the weirdest fucking interview I've ever done. I hope I get this fucking job. I appreciate the fucking opportunity.
Shit. Here's the problem. I don't know whether fuck is too much. You know what I mean? And you want this job.
I am about to shit my pants in this interview.
Do you drink alcohol?
I do.
I'm impressed. I gotta tell you, this is the best fucking interview I've ever fucking done.
What?
Are you?
And I'll see you.
Guess you don't want the job.
Okay. I'll see you. Shocker.
Now we're doing the S2, which is the intelligence, and we chose this one because this is a real event. We're still connected to Ukraine. We still know people in the Ukraine, and this was an opportunity a couple of months ago that I had, and so it was a good story. Paul Bloom does a great story. He actually sits down. He'll probably shoot like 40 minutes to only use 3. So I really like Paul's job.
And Paul is?
Paul Bloom, Fox 9.
Course,
Yeah, you've seen it. So Paul did a good job on this. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. If Paul did it already, we can go ahead and we can watch that.
Well, Twin Cities attorney and retired military veteran makes the trip of a lifetime to assist a fellow soldier in Ukraine. The two had served side by side in Iraq.
Now, the Minnesotan just flew into a war zone to help the Ukrainian get to safety. Here's Paul Bloom with a story of what it means to be brothers in arms.
So I got up at dark 30 this morning, and now I'm on the bus to Odessa.
For Lee Wolfgram, his recent mission to Ukraine that he documented was part military, part friendship.
That's going to be our mode of transportation.
And totally heartfelt and brave, especially with air raid sirens and explosions going off at one point.
I think if we weren't soldiers, we'd be running for the basement.
Wolfgram is a Twin Cities attorney and retired decorated military veteran. While serving with a multinational force in Iraq nearly 20 years ago, he formed a lifelong bond with several fellow soldiers, including a Ukrainian we are only identifying by his rank and first name, Lieutenant Colonel Boris.
Yeah, my battle buddy. The same guy that stood by me in Iraq. Lieutenant Colonel Boris was assigned to the headquarters to be able to talk English with me because the rest of the Ukrainian forces didn't speak English. So he's always been kind of my interpreter.
Following the Russian invasion, Wolfgram reports Boris was able to get his family, including a wife and young son, out of harm's way via the train to the Netherlands and northwestern Europe, but only with what they could pack in a couple suitcases. Boris from Odessa, the major port city in the south of Ukraine, remained behind to do his part and defend the country.
They're just like us, so they get up in the morning, go to work like everybody else, and then one day the whole country's being attacked, so it's terribly sad to see all of that.
While Odessa has remained relatively safe from the deadly onslaught playing out elsewhere across Ukraine, Boris wanted to get his car and critical valuables to his loved ones some 1,500 miles away, given the unpredictability of the war. And that's where Wolfgram comes in. He found an open week in his calendar after a court case settled, and he mapped out the operation, taking off from MSP, eventually finding his way to Moldova, and a bus journey across fortified borders and armed checkpoints before reconnecting with his longtime friend in Odessa for a quick overnight. They then packed up Boris's car and made a 40-plus hour trek across the heart of Europe, including Hungary, the Czech Republic, and Germany. The reunion in the Netherlands, absolutely priceless.
It was a wrap your arms and twirl around kind of a thing. So yeah, it was really great to see. And they were very happy to see him, of course.
One other touching twist to this story, Boris's loved ones actually staying at the home of another fellow soldier from that multinational deployment in Iraq, a Dutch family. Wolfgram returned here to the Twin Cities on Wednesday. Boris was en route back to Ukraine. Reporting the news, Paul Bloom, Fox 9.
Once I got to the Ukraine, all those farmers were out there. They're all now in the Army. They were a farmer yesterday. Today they're in the Army. Those guys are out there with their kids who used to be the farmhands. They're all in uniform, carrying their rifles. And that tractor or backhoe that used to be used for farming, they're digging tank traps and tank ditches. It's fascinating to see.
Yeah.
So you also have had the opportunity to go to Odessa as well.
I have, yeah, with the reunion.
Yeah.
So fantastic event. You guys do it, what, every 5 years or so?
Yeah, actually, we try to do it like every 3 to 5.
3 to
so
5 years?
yeah, I think COVID might be stretched out, but we'll be doing it again. But yeah, so that bond, and that's the cool thing about soldiers, the bond, right? It lasts forever. So these guys that I served with in Iraq, just like I served with you, these form long-term, lifelong relationships, and so it's great to actually try to help out when you can. So
absolutely. All right.
in the future, you're going to see some of these that are released, maybe just a staff officer update from that particular functional area. And sometimes you'll get a full staff meeting with Hannah and I giving those introductions. But we're really excited about this. We want to invite you to come back. You totally have to enlist in the Colonel channel. You see my little Uncle Sam there, and I was really proud of how I put the little join the Colonel channel.
Oh,
We
Lord.
want you thought that was good? I thought it was good. But anyway, it was it is something that I'm trying to raise 1,000 veterans, active duty or reservists, or just military-minded people, because that's about a battalion size.
That's right,
reinforced.
yeah.
We look forward to the opportunity to share in our customs, our culture, and just our lives with you. And so if you're looking for authentic military folks, you're going to find them here. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Lee Roger Wolfgram, and I am a storyteller. Because you're a Mustang, you're like me.
Sergeant Lee Wolfgram, I've been in the Air Force going on 13 years, full career as Loadmaster.
And
Master Sergeant Sean McCavitt, been in the Air Force for going on 12 years now.
this one's my favorite. This is Army Airborne Troopers. When you need them, they're going to be there. Anywhere, anytime. Good people helping good people. I'm proud of our Air Force.